LDNRBS. We have some more special guests in the building. Let's give a clap for Cvstle out here.
Thank
Definitely.
you guys.
First ever twins on the show.
Literally.
Just
breaking ground out here.
That's mad.
That's crazy. I love
it. So tell us, guys, who, for anyone that is at home right now listening to the show, who are you guys?
Right, to explain Cvstle, it's best to explain the name first of all. So I've got my brother with me on the show. He's part of Cvstle. He's my sound engineer, just my right hand man.
Very important.
My
engineers.
manager. I'm his manager. Like we're doing this independent.
Basically everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to think so. You were in the same womb. So if that's not a bond, then I don't know what is.
Yeah, Dan's the man, I'm telling you.
So where are you guys from?
Walthamstow, East London.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Man.
Nice.
Very artful place.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's
It's got a London Borough of Culture this year.
Yeah, it did.
So I'll be honest, whole of East London, that, for me, when I moved to East London, that inspired whole LDNRBS.
Yeah,
so
man.
East London really did spark my mind.
She got Dalston.
There we go.
It's mad.
So yeah, tell me about Walthamstow and how that influenced you guys. And who are you?
Let me tell you.
Let's go from the start.
So the name Cvstle. So our surnames is King, and then Castle is like my castle of thoughts, innit? So Cvstle is all about expressing myself, my thoughts. Just about being real, innit? It can whether it be political, whether it be personal, it doesn't matter. But everything's got a message to it. Do you know what I'm saying? So,
but that's the thing. We cater for ourselves. Like it's whatever we're going through at the time. Do you know what I mean? I think it's only that the song we got coming out, Get High, is our only song that's sort of just random.
Yeah. It's not too personalised. It's just having a fun and a laugh. We are going to do that more because if you listen to my music, a lot of it is very serious, very political. Some quite.
You're saying
depressing.
something. I'll say that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say depressing.
Yeah,
you're hitting knowledge.
Yeah, man. Like it's gonna follow me. My music will change as our lives change. Do you know what I'm saying?
Real.
So at the moment, I'm young. There's still a lot of anger inside me. I'm still getting over certain things. Like even just getting over your ego growing up. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like as soon as I'm nearly 26 now, but as soon as I turn 24, I just got so much karma. Do you know what I mean? Like lost a lot of the anger. I just grew up. Do you know what I'm saying? This is our second year doing this now. So
that's crazy.
We've moved a long way in 2 years.
So how would you describe your sound at the moment then?
It's hard, isn't it?
I'd say more of like a hip hop.
Yeah, old school. That's what I would say.
Hip-hop.
Old school.
Old school. Okay.
Old school hip hop.
And what influenced that?
Oh, well, we used to listen to a lot of, I don't know if you've heard of like Task Force, like Mud Family, like Skinny Man.
Oh yeah,
Skinny Man, like the original hip, like 1990s English hip hop.
Yeah,
UK hip hop. It was still following the American sound.
That's an interesting one that you guys. You're probably one of the first people I've ever heard recall UK.
UK hip hop.
Yeah, because grime, it was like grime got like the forefront.
Yeah,
and that sort of stayed underground. So so yeah, I would say it was a mix of grime, and then obviously like people like Devlin.
Devlin and Plan B, big influences, and a lot of American
actions
stuff.
When you got words. That album was amazing.
That's one of the best albums ever.
Agreed.
In my opinion, 100%.
Underrated.
Obviously Eminem.
Eminem. Man, that's cliche for me. Like the first, as a white guy, like the first time I started writing bars.
Well, it is interesting. You guys did mention all three white rappers. You did all three of them.
What it is because like growing up, because there's not many white rappers. It's who you like. You notice similarities. Innit? Like that's your.
Did it make you feel like I can do this too? If
I can do this too. Yeah, man, exactly. Like,
did you ever face backlash though? Because I do think sometimes it is harder for like white rappers, especially in the urban scene,
because they almost package you as a white rapper rather than a rapper.
Than just a rapper.
All the time, man. Like, I was so happy the other week. Like I performed at Turtle Bay the other week, and someone was like, "Oh, bro, like you remind me of the white J. Cole," and I was happy to receive that. Right. Everyone always is like Eminem. You remind me of Eminem. Yeah. You remind me of Devlin.
Yeah. But then, how do you even feel about that? Like, rather than him saying, "You remind me of J. Cole," you remind me of the white J. Cole
thing. But I get it; it's understandable. Yeah. It's only in this sphere in society that we receive this in it as white people. So we're only dealing with it in this sphere. Like black people, Asian people have to deal with it in all spheres of society.
Beautiful
Do you know
answer.
what I'm saying?
Beautiful.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Real.
So I can take it.
Yeah, took me back by that answer.
We're as white people, we're entering what is. Well, it's not a black scene, but that's where it started from. Do you know what I mean? So I'm always going to be respectful of that and understand there is going to be a little bit of backlash, but it's nothing like what it was.
When we were young, when we were young, like in the noughties, like 2000s and that, it was quite a thing. But
we were the only white rappers in our school.
Oh, for real?
Only ones.
Really?
The younger generation.
What was that like then?
It was mad. Like, I remember the first time dropping bars. I went to an all-boys school. Remember the first time dropping bars, I was just this little white blonde kid. Everyone around us was black. Like, I was the only one, but I got rated because of it as well. Like, you stand out. Like, there's an Eminem bar. What is it? I wouldn't have sold half if it wasn't for like his blonde hair and blue eyes. Like, it does make you stand out. It gives you that bit of uniqueness. But I do feel a lot more white rappers are coming through. But
I don't even really see it as a thing.
It's
anymore.
not really a big thing.
That's real.
Yeah, man. Say anything? I sort of think it's dying down.
Yeah, man. And we're Irish background as well. So so we attach ourselves to different things. My mum come over here in the 80s as an Irish woman, received so much racism and etc. So we got a different take on it. Do you know what I'm saying? We've got a different take on it.
And you can almost tell in your music that you've got something to say. Like you kind of command attention when you're rapping. Man. So tell me because you spoke about your emotion before and things that you've been through.
Yeah.
What inspired all of this energy?
What inspired the music?
Yeah.
What inspired
growing up, like the difficulties growing up, just everything we've been through.
Yeah, man. Like, I'd say, do you know what? The truth is, I started writing at 14.
Damn.
Then I fell off a bit. I started writing in the early.
What made you pick up a pen?
Eminem, 8 Mile.
Oh, sick! Imagine.
8 Mile, I swear down. I remember being a kid though. Like, I always listened to music, and my dream was always to be a performer. Like, I always imagined myself getting on a stage. But then actually writing, was that. But the first album I got bought was a Nas album.
Yeah.
Then I found
D12 World, didn't it?
D12 World.
D12
I remember my mum went to watch the Streets perform, and they bought out Kano. Do you remember Mitchell Brothers?
Of course.
We had his first.
P's and Q's.
In
the
a
single
little plastic wallet.
Man. Yeah,
one
man.
of the lighters, the clippers, the street clippers.
Lethal Bizzle, because we grew up in Baker's Arms in Walthamstow. Lethal Bizzle was literally like lived on the road beside us, man.
Damn. So you might have seen the whole energy, more fire crew.
We had a lot of influence, like a lot of inspiration around
but then to start us writing again was probably at about 21. I went to university. I just wanted to get out of the area, study. He went to university as well.
Yeah, because I was doing music production and business, and he was doing sociology. So he was getting like really good at writing and being able to like talk and like, you know what I mean,
articulate myself.
So we just thought, what are we doing? Like, I'm here producing beats and everything. You can rap.
Was that a conscious thing for you to take that role and you to take that role? Was that serious?
But then I sort of think we sort of just fell in as well.
Because I don't understand. Like, when I look at Logic or a production platform, it looks like a Star Trek spaceship ball to me. I'm looking at it, I'm like, what is going on here? Like, and I don't. Now I'm 26. Like, I don't feel like. I do have you always have the time. You can blow at any age. You can start music at 40 if you put your heart into it. You will make it. But I just feel like I just want to focus solely on the writing. So he's my engineer. He does produce as well. I'm going to use his beats next year. I've been working a lot with a producer from Manchester called Time Panic.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got an EP coming out next year.
Sick.
Nice.
So that's our first EP. It's like lo-fi jazz hop.
Oh, okay.
Man, it's nice. It's nice.
So,
man. I like it.
Let's get back onto the music. I want to ask you what Cold Place, the new single that you've dropped. Tell us the story behind that.
The story behind Cold Place.
Well, didn't you really, like, some of your first verse you took
my first. Do you know what? The first verse in that, this government on top of me bothers me. That first verse was written about. Do you know what? That first verse was written when Brexit first started.
Damn.
So there was a Nigel Farage, and he was
a big campaign,
and he
50 million, NHS,
and it turned out to be a lie. I was like, I got so angry. I was like, do you know what? Let me write. I wrote that first verse, didn't do nothing with it, sat on it for ages and ages and ages, and then I think last year I started performing. It was the first time getting into performing. I've been performing at a lot of spoken word events. And there was a spoken word event. It was my first time performing, and it was all about politics. I thought, I have to write something for this that's relatable, and that's when I wrote it, man. And it just come out of anger. It just come out of anger for what's going on in the world now.
Received it really well. And we were like, you know what? We need to actually work on this
and record it.
Like, put it to a beat, record it, like make this a song. Do you know what I mean? Get a chorus, something catchy. And it just went from there, man.
Because there's a lot in that song. Like, I cover a lot of. It's not directed just at Brexit. Like, you hear so much in there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's interesting how much you guys bounce off of each other. Like, you actually equally must motivate each other.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's been with me from the beginning, literally.
When I'm on a down day, he's up. Do you know what I mean? It's like yin and yang.
But if we're both on a down day,
different people. If we're both on a down day, you do not want to be around. But
what would you say makes you different? Because there's always this stigma behind twins of like being exactly the same, wanting to be in the same things. What makes you guys different?
I think we've always been
obviously
bit different,
not counting the beard.
But then since I'd say like we sort of got our own identity when we got to around the age of 16, left school. He done his own thing, went off and studied like sports. I done my own thing, music and that. Then
did you go to the same uni?
No, I went
to
University of Brighton, studied sociology.
Years,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like a sport-based.
So you actually had a gap between each other then. What was that like? Because usually twins are always.
Do you know what? I think it was healthy because the same time we're one, we're still our own people. Like we still need to learn to be men on our own.
Yeah,
in secondary school, we were split up. We went to two different secondary schools.
Oh, that's
crazy. But then they both interlinked and we come back together.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we really got to.
They never let us share classes.
Our own identities.
Okay.
And like,
we were never allowed to be in the same class together.
Really?
It would just be trouble.
I could imagine
classes all the time.
For real.
Damn. I went to his school. I turned up at your school. I didn't even get caught because they thought I was you.
Oh, damn.
That's one of the reasons why I would have wanted a twin, man.
Literally. I would even say, in general with King's Castle, what do you want to achieve, one, and what do you want the scene to see of King's Castle? Like, what is the influence that you guys want to put forward to this scene? What is it missing?
Realness, man.
Yeah, realness.
It's hard to say that though, realness, because it depends on your situation. So I feel like the drill scene's popping right now, and I've got no problem with drill. I rate drill, but I don't like it when one thing gets airtime over another. So of course a lot of these drill rappers are talking realness. Like maybe if I was rapping at 16, 17, I would have spoke about similar things because I was going through certain things at them times. But
I often think that,
but now I'm not. So it's not saying they're not real. They're talking about their life, but I feel like conscious music and conscious sounds
like politics, anti-establishment music is gone. Like hip hop, the main thing about hip hop was like a FU to the system, like the way we're living. And now I think the culture within hip hop, it very much promotes like the capitalist ideals of having money, getting this, getting that, when it's not gone back to the
I'll be honest, that's one of the reasons why I was on to you guys or knew or saw what you guys did, because it is true, this scene right now is a lot of glorified music.
Yeah, man.
We need it. We need that party music. We need
a balance.
We need a balance,
man. It's not about getting rid of that.
Dave is one.
It's about having the other side, so you give people the option.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of artists were like that. Like even Tupac.
Yeah.
Like he had the gangster image, but he was hella like conscious, man.
I feel like labels or the people at the top, they're not really pushing that sort of.
They're only going to push what fits them. Do you know what I'm saying?
So talking on social events, have you registered to vote?
Yeah.
Literally, like
I've got a letter through my door saying I'm going to get £1,000 fine if I don't go into the
I've seen something like that too. I've heard something, but I don't understand it. I don't know why.
Wait, so when you register to vote, do you automatically get put on the electoral roll?
Yeah, you do, but I've never heard that you should get fined.
I've seen one of those leaflets though, so I know what you're saying because I've seen one of them, but I don't understand it.
Yeah, man, I don't understand that. You can't if you don't want to vote, don't vote. Do you know what I'm saying? But I think everyone needs to vote on this, man.
And since you guys are making music, not all of it, but the majority of it is to have a message at least.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of just the current climate? I'm not sitting here and talking about straight specifics, but the current climate in terms of politics and the way what it's doing to the UK right now.
Do you know what? It's
because
scary.
I've got to say, just before you even say it, it's so ironic, and I think that's why we even put what we put out on LDNRBS the other day, because I feel like we kind of just act like it doesn't affect us.
This is what I'm saying, man. People act like it. People think it doesn't affect you, and it has a massive effect on your life.
Almost like we're too cool for it.
Yeah, it's like people are too cool for it. Like young people don't. Like, it's not like they don't care. We do actually care. But do you know what it is? You see them on TV. You just see like loads of old men sitting in Parliament. They act like kids. They're all like arguing with each other.
Yes.
So we don't even want to take it seriously. But we do need to understand that there are some politicians
that are better than others. They might not be 100% honest, but right now I'm telling you, between the two parties out there, one is definitely better than the other
at the moment, man. So. Yeah, it's getting scary. The country is getting scary, man. People don't realise how quick all you have to do is look through history and see how quick things can change, man. And like Brexit was done on the basis of immigration.
100%.
That's why people went for
it was
Brexit.
a trick.
And
It was a manipulation. Most of the people who voted, they just done it as a protest. They thought, we'll vote this, it won't even get through anyway. You know how, and people take it so personally, rather than looking at the bigger picture, like what's actually going on. They just see it as, no, this is my vote. Like,
it's manipulating the white working class. In the end of the day, that's what they're doing.
Say it again.
That's what they're doing, man. They're manipulating the white working class and having a lot of white working class people think, immigration's taking our jobs, this is taking our jobs. But
without that narrative, I dare believe it wouldn't
evasion,
happen.
We make up like 0.1% of actual. I don't want to be. Don't quote me on that and say that's 100%.
There's going to be someone out there that's going to be like, is that right?
Yeah, it's actually 0.2%. But basically, the politicians are evading a lot more tax, man. A lot more tax. And if we stay part of Europe, I think it's after Christmas, there's a law being put in by I think it's the European Union, where politicians have to show where all their income's coming from, where all their money is. So a lot of the reason for Brexit is, do they want to avoid this? Because they got money in offshore bank accounts. They make money, regardless of Brexit, they still made money because the English pound has dropped. They just transfer all their money in offshore bank accounts back.
And get away with it.
And get away with it. So no matter what, they're never losing. They're always winning.
Yeah.
And you've got us all arguing with each other.
It's what they want.
Divide and conquer. Divide and conquer, man.
But we can sit down and talk politics for hours.
All day.
But let's bring it back to the music. So describe to me a normal everyday studio session. What happens?
With the twins.
I'd say bit of arguing.
You know what?
Just a bit or a lot?
A lot. The way we approach things is very different. Like, he's precise, he has a plan, and he has to execute that plan. When I go into the studio, I just vibes. I like everything to come natural, which, I don't know, it does lead to arguing, but when we do work and when something does come together, it bangs.
It bangs, man. It does. So like, yeah, man, because I've got a home studio in our house, man. And I like it that way. Like, I've been to big professional studios before, and I prefer the sound that I get at my home studio.
Well, that's not me. I want to be in a big professional studio.
But it might not be the home studio then. It's just
disagreement.
It's just my brother then. That's my engineer. Like, I feel like if he wasn't my engineer, I'd lose my sound.
And you're comfortable,
man.
I imagine.
Yeah, very comfortable.
That sound is like quite a lot of the reason why the sound we got at the moment, which for it being quite rugged, and that is because of the studio we've got. And
man, but I like that, man. It's the realness and rawness of hip hop. It doesn't all have to be so clean cut. Do you know what I mean? Like, it depends what type of music you're doing.
So you've got this new single coming out, Get High. I have a feeling I already know what it's about, but
we can't discuss that too.
But so talk me through that new single.
It's more just like a party song, man.
Okay.
Like, let's just have a good time, sort of just forget everything. Let's get high, let's
vibe, let's chill. Do you know what I mean? Having the video shoots at my house next week. Next Saturday.
Nice.
Invited a few people over, so it's going to be a laugh, man. It's going to be a laugh.
What sort of audience are you trying to target with your music, do you think?
I like to target, specifically target.
I'd say everyone.
I'd like everyone to listen to my music, to be honest.
Yeah, of course.
If there's old people like 90 years old, I'd want them to be banging out Coldplay right now. Do you know what I mean?
Like, we have no qualms about jumping on grime beats, anything hip hop. We're going to do a garage thing soon.
Sick.
You know what I mean? Like,
we're always going to keep it primarily hip hop.
Because for me, music's music, man. It's just like a bunch of different sounds and different noises at different tempos.
Yeah.
And then people attribute
like, listen to XXXTentacion. Like, some of his albums, he's got old school hip hop on there. He's got the newer type. He's got trap. He's even got heavy metal. Yeah, really. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And I really respect that. Like, I feel like
God rest his soul.
Music is in it. R.I.P. man. Literally, that was a sad day. But I feel like music is. It's not as clicky now, innit? Like, things have joined.
There used to be big cult followings and all of that. Like, back in the day, even if you liked a song, you would not listen to it because you weren't a punk.
Remember growing up, there was the emo kids, there was the grungers, there was the rude boys. Like, I don't think it's like that too much nowadays.
It's true.
I agree. It's a lot like, you can have a hard rapper and he's wearing Vans. Vans were originally skateboarding shoes. Like, at 13, 14, if I wore Vans at school, I'd be labelled a grunger. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't. It was a big thing. It was a label, man. There was big labels.
It's weird. Times are changing in that sense.
Yeah, times are changing, man. And I do like it. I like it. There's positives to it. There are some negatives, but there's positives, man.
Well, yeah.
I was going to say, so why should, I should say, people listen to you?
Why should people? Because we're hard. That's the first one. No, let me not be cocky, man. But
no, definitely pick yourself up, man. Yeah, of course. In a world where everyone wants to put you down, you need to be the one to pick yourself up.
Exactly.
So you're hard. That's why people should listen to you.
That's why people should listen to us, and it's real, man. What you'll hear music from the heart. You'll really hear music from the heart.
And I think from the moment, I encourage people to actually listen to you guys too. Yeah, because I feel like instantly you realise that.
Yeah,
I think you can always see through fake music or people that aren't very organic. You guys are very straightforward and organic.
Yeah, straight to the point.
Straight to the point.
Lying, like, we're working out here. We're fucking. Sorry.
It's okay. It's one time. I apologize. It's okay. It's okay. Apologize anyone that offended. 100%. You're okay.
We're not out here like mashing money and.
Yeah, man. We're working 5 days a week, man.
Real.
Still working 5 days a week.
I love the fact that you guys even just saying it.
A lot of artists don't admit that.
No, they don't.
There's nothing embarrassing about it, man. Everyone's got to do their thing.
Yeah, man. You've got to grind.
It's a level of idealism. I feel like you got to be out here just
being every single. Yeah, man. You don't have to, man. Like, I'm humble. Do you know what I mean? I'm humble, man. As long as I've got. Obviously, I'd love to blow and be a huge success, but it's not the end of the world if I don't. I want to have longevity. We want to have longevity in this game, man. We want to last.
Yeah, and I just want to be touring. I just want to live the music life. I don't imagine myself with big houses, big cars, or none of that.
It could well happen, though. The music's good.
It could well happen, man.
But for me, the main thing, my dream is just to see our music out there, like spreading to the fans.
Drive change, man. If anything, drive actual change. Drive actual change,
and that's a real purpose. I can't lie.
I would imagine I had millions of followers right now, and it's coming up to the general election. Like, just my voice, just like how you guys did on Instagram the other week. Like, you've driven change. Like, when it comes to the election date, just that post will have caused X amount of people just to vote. Do you know what I mean? Might have swayed their decision to vote for the person who they think's right. Do you know what I'm saying?
Real. Thank you.
It's amazing.
Obviously, pick up Jeremy Corbyn.
I agree, actually. At this moment, I agree.
You're talking to Labour.
This whole room is red right now, but obviously we're not taking any sides, but this whole room's red.
Yeah, you know, anyway. Each their own.
But in the next 5 years, guys, where is King's Castle?
Where's King's Castle in the next 5 years?
Touring, man. I want to be going around Europe.
Yeah, that's it. Europe, you know, there's a big love for UK hip hop in Europe, especially in Germany, man. Have you heard of Ocean Wisdom?
Nah. Why does it ring a bell? Cameraman knows. He just nodded his head. He was like,
he's the fastest rapper in the world, isn't it?
Okay.
Literally, English guy as well from Brighton.
Okay.
Yeah, man. And see him. He's not massive in the UK. He's reasonably big, but most of his support comes from Europe, man. From like Germany. And, like, you can do bits out there, man.
The internet makes it happen.
Even Japan.
The internet makes it happen for sure.
Yeah, man. Like, you don't just have to blow in England. Do you know what I'm saying? But obviously, England's our home country. Like, do you know what I mean?
What would you say, just to the people, for anyone that doesn't know King's Castle, that this is the last moments of the interview now, I want to know, why should they turn on and listen to you guys? Tell me. If anyone that
listen to some real. Oh, I nearly swore again, man.
He's so real, it just comes out.
Yeah, man, to listen to some real music, that's what it's about, man. And you'll hear every song's different. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think all the songs I make, everything's different. Do you know what I mean? Like, it might all still be under the genre of hip hop, but everything's different, man. And it is different from a lot of the stuff you'll hear now. So, and it's relatable. It's relatable, man. Like, I'm an everyday person, just a normal working man. Do you know what I'm saying? Same with my brother. So you're not going to hear, oh, you need to do this, you need to buy this. If you're not wearing this, you're not this. You won't hear that from us. Do you know what I'm saying? So
what's your socials, guys?
Oh, plug ourselves, King's Castle, man.
Get ready with the plug.
KINGSCVSTLE. So King's Castle, but the castle, replace the A in Castle with a V, so like an upside down A, and that's for everything, man. Google, YouTube, just write in King's Castle and you'll find us, man.
And that's a co-sign from LDNRBS, 100%. We definitely feel like you guys should be listening.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Go from there straight up.
Make some noise.
King's Castle out here.
Thanks for having us on the show, man.
100.